Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Myself, Sheikh Habibul Basar Mohsin, and my student ID is 2113440. Welcome to my presentation. My presentation topic is mechanism of blood clotting. I'm going to start with the definition of blood. Blood is a circulating fluid providing in our body with many more important works such as nutrition, oxygen, and waste removal. Blood is mostly liquid with numerous cells and proteins suspended in it. It makes blood thicker more than pure water. In that case, an average person has about 5 liters of blood. Now I'm going to explain what is blood clotting. Blood clotting, also known as blood coagulation, is a significant process that prevents excessive bleeding when a blood vessel is injured. Platelets and protein in our plasma work together to stop the bleeding by forming a clot over the injury. Now, what is blood clotting factor? Coagulation is the process where blood loses its fluidity externally while still maintaining constant flow in the blood vessels. A series of steps leading to the formation of fibrin protein fiber involving different clotting factors. So there are 13 different clotting factors, which are fibrinogen, prothrombin, thromboplastin, calcium, prochlorine, stable factor, antihemophilic factor, Christmas factor, Stuart power factor, plasma thrombin, antecedent, and Hagman factor, and the last one is fibrin stabilizing factor. Now I am going to explain the process of blood clotting. The clotting process actually based on four steps. First of all, when a injury caused to the blood vessel constrict the flow of blood. Then sticky platelet clump together to make a platelet plug. Finally, the formation of clot, the fibrin clot. This fibrin clot is made up of activated platelet containing different corpuscles like RBC and WBC. Now, I am going to explain the mechanism of blood clotting. Blood clotting has three main steps. They are formation of prothrombinase, formation of thrombin, and the last one is formation of clot. Let's start with the prothrombinase. At the place of injured tissue released thromboplastin. On the other hand, blood platelets also disintegrate and release platelet factor 3. Now these platelet factor 3 and thromboplastin combine together in the presence of calcium and protein in the plasma to make prothrombinase. These prothrombinases play a very important role in blood clotting. Now I will explain why. First of all, this prothrombinase inactivates heparin because we know heparin is an anticoagulant present in our body. So to happen a coagulation in our body, it needs to inactivate that anticoagulant. Secondly, this prothrombinase converts to inactive protein is called prothrombin. This inactive protein converts into the thrombin enzyme in the presence of prothrombinase and calcium. Now, this thrombin protein works as an enzyme and it converts fibrinogen into soluble monomers. Again, it repolymerized this monomer into an insoluble polymer known as fibrin. This insoluble fibrin combine with the blood cell, and this fibrin contain strong thin fiber which combine and collect the WBC RBC to make a clot like this picture. So if I summarize the whole process, then the basic process stands like this. Uh, Thromboplastinosis converts to thromboplastin in the presence of antihemophilic factor. And the second one is prothrombin converts to prothrombin converts to thrombin in the presence of thromboplastin and calcium ions. And the third one is fibrinogen converts to fibrin in the presence of thrombin. So in my presentation, I tried to explain what is blood clotting and how it works, and also the mechanism of blood coagulation. So that's all about my presentation. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum.